is their sympathy for the devil. Hi, I'm Seth, and I just watched Joker, and Joker stars Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck. Arthur Fleck is the Joker, not Jack Napier. Robert De Niro is Murray Franklin. This is the origin story of the Joker, and I'm not going to talk about the Aurora shooting and the whole controversy around that and all the hubbub about is this story too violent to be shown in the theater. I don't think it was. I think it was a good character study about going insane, basically, and it was a lot like Taxi Driver, which is probably why Robert De Niro took the Murray Franklin role. He was Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver. Arthur Fleck is basically a Saint Twirler who dresses up like a clown at work. He gets beaten up a lot, and he's really frail, and he has PBA, like I have PBA. It makes him laugh. I have a psychological laugh too. The problem with Arthur Fleck is he's not socialized like I am, because he just doesn't get social situations, so he's very awkward. He was raised by a single mom, and now he's taking care of her. This story kind of devolves until the Joker appears. Arthur keeps on getting beat up, and he keeps on failing at work until he's fired. And then one day he strikes back and he gets power from that, and from there he becomes the Joker. I think this is a really good movie, and I keep on harkening back to Taxi Driver, the De Niro movie from '76, because there are so many connections between the two movies, and not because De Niro stars in both of them. It was filmed in a way that was kind of like Taxi Driver, was kind of tea-stained, not clear like this, but it was kind of, like the way old parchment paper looks, a little like that. So it brought me back to the 70s with films like Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 and Taxi Driver. Of course, the thing I got out of it was New York was a cesspool in the 70s, like Times Square, where everyone gathers to see the ball drop on New Year's Eve. That was all prostitution and drug abuse and like girly shows everywhere, and it was not a family-friendly place like it is now. And now it's Disneyland. But back then it was a really dangerous place. There are several articles about it. It's what Giuliani was famous for. He cleaned up New York. He did it in the wrong way. That was that, but that was the one good thing that he's remembered for. Just cleaning it up and making it like Disney World kind of. It still is really dangerous because you're in a city of 5 million people, 3 to 5 million people, and just watch back, but it's nothing like it was in the 70s. And I really like the 70s vibe. I'm choosing not to talk about the violence because Joker is a criminal. It's going to have violence. It's going to be psychological violence because that's the kind of character he is. You can't escape that. Joaquin Phoenix, always chooses that very dark psychological role, like an 8mm, or like almost anything he ever did. And that's where he shines. He does a completely different Joker than the Joker that Heath Ledger was. But it's equally as depraved and equally as amazing in portrayal as Heath Ledger. So there's two of them now, like really the same but different. The paint on the face was a little the same, but otherwise it was completely different, more intimate, because it was an origin story. And I really like that. I'm not condoning violence. I'm just connecting what real New York was. All the cars in the movie were like 70s, early 80s. No, and then, they had like old Impalas and as taxi cabs and just old Ford. I really like the vibe. There's only 3 or 4 instances of real violence. The other parts in the film are worth watching just to see the portrayal, see what he has to do to become the Joker. Yeah, so it was a great portrayal. It's not a great person. Keeping in mind he isn't real. It's only a movie. We have to have these uncomfortable talks in the movies because today's society we're not on the brink, but we're fracturing, like it was in the 70s kind of. If we need all happy films, we don't get to be a democracy because communism has all happy films. Oh, the state is good, the state is great, North Korea is great. Because we're a democracy, we have to show, yes, the state is great and the country is great, but we have these problems and we have this unrest and we have to resolve it instead of sweeping it under the rug. That's about as political as I'm gonna get. Here are some movies like Joker, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which I reviewed. It's really psychological and it questions sanity and insanity, and it stars Jack Nicholson in it. Just was his big break. And 8mm, which is about kind of a Nicolas Cage film, about a film, a dirty film. And Joaquin Phoenix does an excellent sleazy job in it, like he always does. So you want to see that? Rambo First Blood, we just had Last Blood. Rambo First Blood was the same kind of character, one man struggling against an unjust system. Batman 2, the one with Danny DeVito, as Oswald Cobblepot as the Penguin who was thrown away and he regains his leadership in Gotham. That was like 91, 92. Taxi Driver was 76. 8mm was around 2000. Before I sign out, I have PBA. And that was made about PBA because the Joker has PBA from supposedly a head injury, and I have PBA from having cerebral palsy. I hate it when they talk about PBA as a mental condition. It's just like a mental process, at least for me. It doesn't mean that people with PBA are going to go psychotic. We have inappropriate outbursts, laughing and crying, and sometimes we can't stop it. Some people take cough medicine for it because it really acts like a cough, supposedly like a cough. Be that as it may, I'm gonna do a second video on this where I talk about my PPA, how it relates to children, and some of the things that I found out by experimenting about how to lessen my PPA. And I just feel like I have to put this out there because not everyone with PPA is a psychopath. A lot of people have PPA and they're just laughing when they should be crying or crying when they should be laughing. Like the most common part is like laughing when you fall down or laughing at a funeral or crying in a commercial, which I do frequently. If you like this video, like it, thumbs up, click like, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, bye.